Yeah, this is one of these interiors where you're gonna like this or you're just gonna hate it. I mean, it's really either or. And how is that back? Some of these rear view cameras anymore make it where it turns into a camera. Sorry, let's go here to the pony pages and change that out. Auxiliary gauges, track apps, brake performance. Let's go to...
This was dirty because it wasn't delivered.
Okay.
That one, you're right. Somebody probably came and looked at it, cleaned up.
All right, so this here, it seems like this has a little bit more. Okay. So there's your adaptive. There's your Magneride. Okay.
Press the button for Magneride.
On. Okay. Where is the rev match sheet? That's what I'm looking for.
Sport. Maybe already in there when you hit sport.
Sometimes, so you have a, I don't know. All right, let's get going. We'll enjoy the car. So look at the interior. So love, hate, interior. And you kind of like this. Here's this e-brake. It's so weird. You just push down there, and now we're coming out. See, the automatics just have so much more of that powerful feel, and this 10-speed auto to me is just, that's what drew me to the Mustang years ago, was when they updated the Mustang with the 10-speed auto, and it was just so fast. So there's that. There's the other car, which some people like, that's a really good looking car. Why would you part with that for this? Okay, so already Magneride. I mean, to me, this thing's just so luxurious. I mean, this thing is so, it's just a film back there, Derek. But, I mean, I can just already feel that Magneride. And it's such a confident feel. And this thing already feels just more potent. But now we're in a sport mode. So let's go back to normal. Because I think the normal mode, you don't have all the power. That's what I like to do, is go on the road and then get a feel for, is it going to be a little bit more of an open, powerful feeling. All right. So when everything's on the, I mean, in some ways it's a love-hate because everything's on the screen. So if you want your auto, okay, so here's your screen. Here's your, you kind of cold. What are you thinking? Here's your heated seat. Oh, I'm on vent. So I don't know what that's all about.
That's
so I don't want.
Seats, yeah.
Yeah, it's freezing my butt off right now. Okay, whoa, we got a guy coming out here around the corner a little too quickly for us. That's already by the car damaged. All right, nice. See, these automatics are just so fast. It's the only way to go. I mean, in all sincereness, now the seat feels more comfortable than the previous generation. Even though that thing was freezing my ass off, I have to get it warmed up. Okay, so there's number 3. Where's number 2? There it is. All right, so let's see how that feels. And I'll tell you, the non-Magneride Mustang really does ride well. So in some aspects, I don't know. I mean, is this Magneride more aggressive on that aspect, that maybe it's a little bit more rigid? I don't know. I'd have a hard time right now telling the difference between the two cars. On that Magneride versus this.
I think that's more closer to the Magneride than this saying it's a Magneride.
Right.
You know, I just think they did it a whole lot.
Right.
And then they tweaked it a little bit, but you can't tell. I could be wrong, but we're gonna see. We hear all these bumps.
Right. All right.
I mean,
yeah.
It absorbs it, but it ain't like that other place was out of control.
But you know, it's interesting. This car feels like it's a little bigger. I don't really know all that in depth, but it just seems like the car is maybe a little wider, not by much, but at least the front end, the hood definitely gives me a feeling that the car is a little wider because more of that flat surface. And yeah, so it's just a car you're comfortable in, you know, going 1,000 miles. I mean, you know, that's the thing. You get these cars, and that's what's really nice about the Dodge Challenger is it's such an over-the-road car, but this Mustang really is too. Especially how they really made it tight. I mean, these things just feel so tight. So the brakes, what the heck was that? Okay, so the brakes feel good. Same controls. This does not have the seat memory, which that's another added feature, I think. I guess. Car sounds good, but it's all about that exhaust note. So for like the kid, my daughter, she'll be like, oh, it's very lame on that. All right, so this is interesting here. The other vehicle did not have a charging station.
Nope.
So this car here definitely has more of the, this has Sirius radio. The other car doesn't have that. All right, we will put it in sport mode, and let's see kind of how this plays out for us. So those vents are closed. Do you want your vent closed?
Yeah.
You need any air?
That's what it was. Okay.
I was saying, wow, this car here has like no airflow, but it does have airflow. So okay, so here's your dash. So how do we go? Let's get out of this here. Let's go home. And there you get the map. Okay, there you go. It's a little better. Okay, now she's in sport mode now. So to me, I think you get a little bit more out of it. Plenty of power. I mean, the car, you're talking to a guy that has 800 horsepower car, so there's no way this would give me what I'm going to get out of my Hellcat. But overall, just really, you know, plenty of power, plenty of get up and go. Fun factor. And the Dark Horse is 20 more horsepower, so it's not radical on the Dark Horse. Some claim, you know, you're out in the field talking to people, they claim this is underpowered. They're not really telling you the real power, and that this car really has just as much power as the Dark Horse. Now, whether I believe that or not, I don't know. But some people out there I've been talking to about this car, they're like, oh yeah, this car here, it's pushing actually about 500 horsepower. It's right there with the Dark Horse. And they're claiming the Dark Horse really doesn't even push as much. I mean, you think so, well, that just doesn't make much sense, but okay. But what's interesting right now is I really can't tell the difference between the two cars on the Magneride. I'm not really feeling that much. I mean, in some ways, this kind of seems to take the bumps a little harder in some ways. I don't know. Are you feeling that at all, or you think it's about the same? It kind of seems like the Magneride is a little bit more stiff.
Yeah, more aggressive.
And I had it in the normal mode to, you know, just kind of see what's going on. And, you know, sure enough.
I think normal mode, the Magneride is probably better.
Yeah, but I had it in normal mode. I like that guy, right? I mean, what I'm saying is, right now, if you didn't tell me which car had Magneride, I would borderline maybe say that the Vapor Blue had Magneride, and I'd borderline maybe say this doesn't. I'm just feeling the bumps. I'm feeling this thing hit the bumps. Now, is it because this has a bigger tire and wheel package? I don't think it does. Or does it? All right, so here we go. So this is, now what's also nice about not having the manual transmission is I'm not having to fight shifting and doing this. But this thing here, very confident right through this corner right here. I mean, a lot of fun. Very fun. Oh yeah, and just really balanced. I mean, do you just feel like this car is staying planted? You're not getting a lot of sway out of it?
Probably it's where the Magneride comes into play. Or speed.
Oh, there you go. There's a little bit of fun factor in the car. Yeah, it's a very quiet car. It's a very, I mean, in some ways, the Mustang enthusiast will not like this car because it's too refined. I mean, in some ways, some guys,
Much control.
I mean, it's just such a nice, plush riding car that some may feel like it's too refined. and I really want more of that just hardcore, real car feel. And this just makes me feel like I'm borderline driving a very
touring, touring car.
Right, exactly. Does this have? Oh, this has adaptive. So this is what's so you know, not good for me. For me, I love the adaptive cruise. This is awesome. You know, so for me, this is a vehicle I can work out of and go around and do things. The manual transmission car, no, thank you. Going around the Beltway and working, and this here is just, so here it is. Now, apparently this has the 360 co-pilot, so I don't know if this is the hands-free driving. I think it may be, because it does say that on there. So this may go to hands-free driving once you go into these settings to activate that. And so vehicle, I'd probably go to the vehicle, left side there. And vehicle hotspot, no, Ford Assistant. So maybe go back to general on that, wherever you were, on the home screen. Yeah, there you go. So, oh, that's interesting. Oh, settings up there. Maybe features. I don't know. All right, so here we come in with, so I mean, so what's your feeling right now? Does this car suck up the bumps a little bit better right now?
I think the other one. Now this one could be a little heavier. It's a tad bit.
You feel like this is a little heavier car?
It's a heavier car.
Yeah.
I think it's a heavier car.
Well, we got the automatic transmission.
Yeah, maybe that's why you feel bigger.
And you got the Magneride suspension, which I guarantee that adds weight too. That'd be my guess. So here's a guy wanting to get over. I don't know what he's gonna do besides run into us. All right, back to the dealership we go, and I really like this car. I mean, I really do. This is more my style car.
Right.
Should we just park it up front here?
Right here. Or the Corvette.
I like it right here, as I can get a better angle walk around on it. Yep. And let's see if this thing does have the 360 co-pilot. Yeah, I'm not seeing the hands-free, but I don't know. Sometimes these cars, until the car's like sold, it's really weird how my Ford Power Boost, it was so weird in how it ended up having that technology. So what's it say here? All right, so I'm just seeing that there. Speed limit is no, adaptive. Let's see what the adaptive says. Yeah, know about that. So yeah, it may not have this self-steering, but they say, I believe it's part of the package, because it says 360 co-pilot. Let's do a walk around the car now. So here's the theme of the out in the sun, and this is the exhaust. So this exhaust, actually, it's not too bad. I mean, it wouldn't take much to get this colored, or I should say this exhaust, to snap, crackle, pop. Let's look at the hood. I think it's gonna be the standard good old. Here, let's look in the back here. Here's the back seats, which I don't think many people are sit back there, but that's the way it is. And the brass monkey wheels, I just think, give this thing such a character. It really does, I think, set it off. Don't think the kid is gonna like it, but is it about the kid? Does it have, oh, it has gas struts, has the typical engine brace, typical 5.0 motor. So, yeah, how do you get the supercharger dual air intake? So right here, here's your air intake. Air intake, that's something different, new. That's nice. Nice inside. Your hood liner or whatever for the engine noise. Yeah, see, I think this thing has, see, Ford Co-Pilot 360. So I think it has. Okay, bronze appearance package, $995. All right, so there's that. What do we think? What do you think? I mean, that blue I've never been a real big fan of this Atlas Blue, right? That's what they call this right here? Yeah, Atlas Blue. Ember glow, leather trimmed interior. Here's your price. Is there a gas? So the manual transmission makes you have a gas guzzler tax because the vehicle then is at 17 miles per gallon. Just so you know, EPA guidelines, 18 mile per gallon or above in a passenger vehicle for no gas guzzler tax. And so there you go. So that's there's $1,000 difference in the car just because of no gas guzzler tax. Isn't that interesting? The manual does a worse job today. The manual does a worse job today of fuel economy than the automatic. Yeah, I mean, I really like those brass monkey wheels. I think the car is a sharp car. Get all cleaned up, windows tinted. It's not bad. But at the same time, that other car that we just drove, wow, decisions. It's challenging, very challenging. All right, something else here to notice. It has this bronze colored pony up front. Isn't that kind of neat? So, what do they call this package? Yeah, the bronze appearance package. Wonder why the person who ordered this car pulled away from it. Interesting. Why do you have this in the showroom? Uh-oh. I've always wanted one of these, but it's going to be stupid money. Is it 100? 120? What do you want for this one? $100. Huh? $100. How much? 100. Yeah. It's probably 10 years old. It is. Is it? Yeah. How do I know? How do I know these things? Oh gosh, yikes. Uh-oh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I'm here at Keens, Baltimore Ford. I drove all the way up here to check out a Vapor Blue Ford Mustang GT. Got the Velocity Blue GT Premium. I mean, what do I do? What do I do? This here is kind of love-hate look. Nice options, a little more pricey, but what do I do?